In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and customize your own global styles within the page builder. So let's go ahead and navigate over to our website by clicking on View Your Website. And I'm going to go ahead and apply a template to this page. And let's go ahead and use this rather plain personal accountant palette. It's beige, so let's make it not beige. All right, so we've got our template applied. And my brand colors don't fit this template, but I like the layout of the template and I want to use it. So I want to change the way this looks so that it fits my style and my brand. So what I'm going to do is navigate up here to the top left-hand side and I'm going to click on Style. And you'll see that if we click on styles over here, that we have multiple different styles. So we have styles for this page, we have an action style, and we have our default style. This is the style that's currently applied to the page. Now you can change it so that any of these styles are the default style, and you would simply do that by coming here and clicking on the star icon next to it. It's then going to ask you if you are sure that you want to change the default style, and it's going to show that the one that is currently in use, if you change it, is then going to apply to all of these published pages. So just so that you know, when you change your default style, it does apply to all your published pages. So I'm going to leave this as is, but if I wanted to apply just a style to this particular page, I could go ahead and select this page's style and I could go ahead and customize that to my heart's content and have one page that has its own unique style. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to stick with my default style and I'm going to customize this. And to do that, I'm going to click on Style again, and I'm going to open the common settings. So now my common settings are open, I can start customizing the color scheme, the typography, all of that. So we're going to do that. So the first thing I want to do is update the color. I am not a big fan of this beige. If I make it yellow, will I like that? Not so much. Yellow is my favorite color, but not with this beige background. So I'm going to make it pink. And that looks better. I like it pink. So we're going to have this pink style applied to our page, and you'll see that it's applied it to all of the different customizable elements on my page. So all of my blocks have been customized to the pink, all of my icons and buttons have been customized to this pink. So it's looking pretty good. With just one click of a button, I've managed to customize the way this looks. But of course, if you have your own specific brand color that you want to use, you'd be able to go ahead and drop in your custom color right there. I'm going to stick with pink. I like pink. Then we've got our typography, and of course you can go ahead and customize all of the text settings for each individual text type. So we have our normal text, so you can come in here and let's say that I don't want it to be that, I can't pronounce whatever that is. So I'm going to say that it's Arial instead of Cormorant Garamond. So we've got Arial instead, and then you'll see that that's applied to all of the individual text-based elements on my page. And then I can come here to my headings as well. So heading 1, I can do the same thing. I can change it to, there we go, Arial. And that you can see that that heading has been changed. You can also change the sizing, the weight, the line spacing, the letter spacing, all of that can be changed. And you can, of course, change the color. So if I decide for some reason that I want all of my heading 1s to be pink, I can do that. And you can go in and customize each of the different heading types as well. Then if you want to add a specific background to your entire website, you can do that. So you would be able to add that, and then that's going to apply a background to the entire page. And you can change the color. You can make it an image background instead. Doesn't look very good. You can apply a video background to your entire website as well if you want, or you can just have a plain color and you can turn the opacity down and then you've got a slightly different thing going on. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then we've got our floating menu over here. So that is going to show you this little floating menu over here on the right hand side. You can customize which of those elements you would like to display. So it's got your language, your currency, and your shopping cart. You can choose to have all of those visible, or maybe just your shopping cart visible, whatever it is that you would like to have show there. We then also have our preloader over here. So you can go ahead and fully customize your preloader. So if I want to edit my preloader, it's going to show me what I have available here. So maybe I want to choose, I like this little one, it looks fun. And then you can choose the default color or you can choose a custom color. And let's say that I want this to actually be in line with my brand, although the default color would have selected that anyways. And then you can choose whether or not you want this to wait until all the modules on the page have been initialized or not. So I'm going to say no, just show it when nothing else is there. All right, and then we have our advanced settings here. You can add some custom CSS. So I'm not going to go into that in any detail, but that is how you can completely customize the style of your page. And from here, you are also able to customize your header. So this is going to customize up here. Let me move that down there so that you can see what I'm talking about. So we've got our header up here. You can go ahead and edit the elements. So what elements you would like to show up there. So here we've got our admin login, our search, our login for users, and our register for users, which is this little doop doop over there. But I don't want my admin login, and maybe I don't want to show this search bar, and you just want the login up there. So you can go ahead and customize that. You can customize the color of those elements as well. You can choose whether or not you want this to overlap or not. So there it's overlapping the content, and I'm going to say no. You can go ahead and edit your logo, so you can upload your logo here. You would be able to change the alignment, whether you want that center aligned or not, if you want it aligned to the right or not. Let's keep it left aligned. You can change the sizing of your logo. You can change the type, whether it's the custom logo. Sorry, I keep scrolling. So you can choose whether it's the custom logo or the system logo. I don't have a system logo, so I'm going to make it a custom logo. And then you can change the padding over here as well. And then you can choose whether or not you want your header to be sticky. So I'm going to add those settings, and you'll see that I can change a few more things about the sticky header. So as I scroll here, you'll see that there's just a little bit of something happening over there. So I might want to edit that and come here, edit my background, say, yes, I want a custom background, and I want to change the color of it so that as people scroll, that doesn't go away and it changes color. And you can go ahead and play with all of this. You can add an animation to it, how long you want that to wait before it shows up. And you can go ahead and give it a shadow as well, so that when you scroll, there's a little bit of a shadow separating it. And you can change the color of the elements on the header as well when it is sticky. I'm going to go ahead and delete that and scroll back up. Then we've got our style, and this is going to be your border if you want a border. Let's go ahead and make that 10 pixels. So now the whole header has a border. You can give it a background or customize the background, of course. You can add a shadow as well if you would like, and pretty much everything you want to do to your header, you can do there. You can also change the menu settings here. So here we've got always visible or the slide effect. So here you've got your little slider over there, which is very nice. And we've got our overlay effect. So again, that's going to create an overlay for your menu instead. And then I'm going to actually just leave that as always visible. Then you've got your position where you would like it to be, right, left, or center. Then you've got your sub menu. So if it's going to open on hover or open on click. So currently it's open on hover. So if I come here to account, you'll see that that shows up when I hover. But if I say open on click, I then have to click on the account and it will show. All right, and then we've got our titles, which are our page titles. So if I say yes, then it's going to display the page titles. So I'm not going to go into that. That's pretty straightforward. Then we have the items that we want to show. So all menu items or only children of the current root menu. So that's also going to change things a little bit for you there. So I'm going to leave that as all menu items. And then again, you can change the padding, margin, all of that. Not going to go into too much detail on that either. Then we have our sub menu. And again, this is just going to change the way the sub menu looks. So that is how you can customize the style of your website. And of course, if I want to save this particular style as a page style, I can come here to my styles, open the styles. Let's say I want to copy this style. So I'm going to click here on clone. And I'm going to, we'll leave it as default copy. And then when I click on that, you'll see that it changes back to this style because I haven't actually gone and published this style. So I can go ahead and publish that. And now if I copy it, you'll see that that style has then been fully copied. Whereas before I hadn't copied that style. And again, I can make this a specific style for a specific page. And now you'll see that I've got a collection of different styles to choose from. But my default style is this style, and this is the style that all pages are going to inherit from and all elements are going to inherit from. So that is how you can create custom styles within the system. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to create your own custom templates. I'll see you there.